Good evening, everyone. Sorry about that, a little behind schedule here. Welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer Fall 2018 tournament. This is a Group A round between AaronDobbe and BernTheWitch. It is a standard, Uncle Assured, hard key sanity seed. I am BuckShabu24, and I am joined by Blastig.
Morning.
So, it's a little hard for us to see, and you as well, but so far most of Escape has not held too much. Just the Power Glove. We're working on getting Bern stream up now. And otherwise, yeah, it doesn't look like there was much down in the Escape whatsoever.
He did get a bomb drop, so he's going to see the back of it, but I guess that doesn't matter because there's the Power Glove in Zelda's cell.
Was there a hammer in Dark Sewer? If there is, we will see that in his pause menu before too long. And now let's see what's in Sanctuary. Map to Ice Palace. Alright, so for those of you who are used to normal randomizer formats, key sanity is different from other formats in that the keys for dungeons, big keys and small keys, are shuffled around with the rest of the overworld, as are the compasses and the maps. The maps will tell you what a dungeon's item is, whether it's a crystal or a pendant, and the compass will give you a chest counter, which, if you don't use a tracker, can be useful. As for hard difficulty removes a few items from the pool. Your max limit for sword is tempered. Your max for shield is the fire shield. You can only get up to blue mail. And there are a couple other restrictions, such as potions not giving you as much recovery and not being able to get fairies as easily either.
Number Jet 3, we saw a map. I think we are not doing Agahnim for that.
Yeah, I think I saw a bush crab has 20s, which is very nice. Now, it's also probably a bit less likely to do Aga in key sanity because you need 2 castle tower keys to even get up to castle towers, Agahnim boss. So it's not typically going to help you too much. Now, what's this big key? The one to Ice Palace. Not actually one you necessarily need to complete the game. That dungeon you can technically subvert needing the big key for. We also have the big key for Swamp and Thieves Town now as well.
Yeah, so in key sanity, the progression item is not the only thing that blocks the dungeon. The keys are as well, so you have to be mindful when going into dungeons.
So Aaron doing the typical route, which takes you to from Escape up to the top left corner of Hyrule and over to Kakariko Village. There's always a ton of items to be had in here. Aaron's also using a floor tile, which for us is going to be a little confusing because it's very hard to tell without certain items which way you're actually facing. There's the flippers in and the flute in Blind's Hut.
Good movement options, especially since the South Shore is their likely next destination.
Yeah, typically after Hyrule and the race game check, the South Shore is a good idea. And finding the flute in Kakariko is very good, because it allows Aaron to get quick access to everywhere. Which includes Death Mountain, which newer to this version of the randomizer are hints, which can be gotten from the telepathy tiles around Hyrule. they can give information on some hard-to-check locations, such as the Raven Ledge or other locations. We also found the fire rod in the well, and there was a key. I missed what it was for. That was GT. Okay. Ball vendor takes 100, gives 20. Swell guy.
And another big thing about those hint tile is one of them in Keysanity is going to be guaranteed against our big key, so the search will be easier for that.
Yes, that is true. The thing is, though, there's a bunch of hint tiles, and at least like 4 or 5 of them usually are like community hints, meaning they're just going to be like random sayings that don't actually help at all.
Okay, I do not see a hammer in Aaron's inventory, so there's that.
Yeah, the other thing I didn't actually see, which we might see it later when he takes out bombs again. I did not actually see if he had that swamp big key. That might have been the other thing he had picked up instead.
I remember Swampy Key is the first chest in Link's house.
That was why I missed that. We just got a pod small key. And that is a compass in the library, so no need to worry about that. And I've been seeing this a bit more often now, where people just go right into the race game instead of just checking the race game.
He has enough bomb, doesn't lose a lot of time doing this way. He can just float away after this.
Yeah. As a Moon Pearl, though, he definitely needed it. And they know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and that is not trash to Aaron. Who's now gonna go check the dam and the rest of South. So let's see what is outside the well. A big key. We won't know which quite yet, as Aaron's gonna go back in and get the item inside first. Alright,
Yeah.
what is our big key? Pod. Not a bad one to find. You do need that one if Pod is a dungeon that needs to be cleaned.
Yep. And if the compass in the dam is for pod as well, so nice coincidence.
Alright, so meanwhile, Mini Motorarm Cave is gonna get checked up. Map to Mire. Arrows. Piece of heart. 20 rupees. No single arrow. Yeah, there's less actual heart pickups in this mode. There's 5 less heart containers and 4 less heart pieces in hard difficulty. So the runners will not be getting as much health as they would on a normal seed. Aaron's now gonna go check the ice rod cave.
I'll be
And
watching
not
out
get
for
tagged.
crabs.
Not get tagged by crabs. They do 2 hearts in green mail. They hurt. Or bombs. That is something I'll note quick. Previously, the expansions that you could have gotten from the Fairy Fountain were in the item pool. They've all been replaced by normal drops of bombs and arrows, so you'll see those a lot more in chests in this particular version. That being said, I'm not sure if the expansions are even accessible in hard difficulty.
And here we're seeing AaronDobbe floating to Death Mountain, going to rescue the old man for the same equip point, and likely take the hint tile on the Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, Spectacle Rock's telepathy tile is a very easy to reach hint, and it's typically one runners will prioritize given the opportunity. Didn't get much from the old man, but Spectacle Rock still has options. If he finds the hook shot, he'll stay up here, presumably. Mirror... No, Mirror alone probably wouldn't be enough to incentivize staying here for long. That was a bottle on top of Spectacle. Just 20 rupees inside. Piece of Heart and Kakariko well.
Well, that's not really helpful, but that's not
Nope,
true
that
hint.
is that is old news. So with Flute in tow, Aaron's got a couple options. And it looks like... Actually, where is he going?
I think he might be getting another boost craft so he can afford Zora. I think.
Oh, that probably is it. Yeah, that would be a smart move. Yeah, Aaron's gonna go to the Zora loop now.
And thanks for chat for updating while Bern's side is going. Looks like Aaron's going to find something good during these water checks.
Yeah, if chat is correct on this, Bern found the hammer in Waterfall, which Aaron is about to pick up. Now the question is this worth it? Well, there's a small shield over there. Even though the swords and the shields only go up to certain values, the 4 swords and 3 shields are still in the pool. You just can't go higher than those second to last values. There is, however, only 1 male in the pool.
Yep, the extra sword, like after you get to tempered, got converted to the 20 rupees, just like swordless.
Looks like we're getting closer to getting Bern's feet up for everybody else. And it looks like Aaron saved quit after Zora.
Moving to 4, he has enough for Dark Grill, so this might be a hype cave check.
Yeah, most likely going to Hype Cave, whereas Bern appears to be heading to Eastern. I am not immediately sure which sprite that is that Bern is using. And the green pendant is in Skullwoods. Good information. Yeah, something I did not get to mention earlier. If you two are in Group A, Aaron is the 4th seed, Bern is 5th seed. That's Magus. That would probably explain why I didn't know. The mirror was in Hype Cave. That is a very good find. Quick map check. We got crystals in Pod, Ice, and Misery Mire. There's a pendant in Thieves Town.
So there's only one more pendant missing, and we're missing both red crystals.
Well, if Aaron wanted to, before he came over here, he could have just talked to the bomb merchant and figured out where those were. But it looks like he's going to go get the item on the island and probably check Hobo too. I think Bern's going to try and do a pod and Eastern dive since he's in the area. There's a small key to Desert Palace. And Aaron's coming back up the mountain to do Hera instead. Interesting. Bit of a divergence here from the two.
With Mirror and Hammer, the Hera and the East Mountains are in play, so I can see that.
Yeah.
And first chest in Pod being bombs. But he has 2 keys. 2 keys doesn't get you very far in Pod.
Yeah, usually in Pod, you can get through Pod if you happen to know Hammer Jump with 4 or 5 keys, depending on how diligent you are with your usage. But if you're checking Pod this early, you're probably not going to be able to save too many keys. 2 keys, I think, in Logic only gets him up to the chest that's in this room. He would need a 3rd to put the back in Logic. To answer this question in chat, is this also inverted? No. If someone picks inverted, there are not going to be any variations on top of it for this particular tournament. And it is hard difficulty to answer the second part of the question.
Meanwhile, Aaron found the powder in Hera basement.
Some bombs requires magic hammer, so that's not a particularly helpful hint. And it looks like Bern found a small key to Pod within Pod.
So he has the backside in Logic now.
So now that back is in Logic.
A bundle of arrows on the floating island, and we're going through the walk to the spiral cave.
Both of us taking a walk right now. Question is whether Bern feels like a hammer jump is necessary, or whether he'll come back and do it later. Looks like he'll come back later, potentially. Aaron's checking Spiral.
Yeah, I agree with Chad. The hints can be better. The seed all we see are about some bombs.
Hints are very polarizing. Some seeds they're your best friends, some they're your worst nightmare.
And the text bar shows us a Bern just picked up the big key to Eastern Palace in the dark basement of Pod.
Oh, hi Titan's Mitts. So now Aaron can do Dark Death Mountain too. Oh, there's also Master Sword in Paradox. Small key to TR. We need at least 3 to get through the dungeon. And there's our one and only male this seed. Treasure it with your life. Oh, and I did miss this. Eastern Palace's big key was within pod.
A map to Swamp is found in Eastern First Chest. We might see a map check from Bern later.
Yeah, information is important in this particular type of mode. Big key to Meyer in Super Bunny, that's an important one. And a small key to pod. Aaron is going to check the TR medallion. Bombos. And Hera is also a normal crystal.
The Eastern hint is about the west wing of Swamp. I saw one of them is some bombs. I didn't see another.
I would like to take a moment to acknowledge that the on-map sprite for the tile is the same skull symbol that the tiles spell out when you're in the tile room. That's pretty cute. Aaron's checking the Maya area, though. He did check the medallion. I definitely did not see it, but he's also going to check the shed. Okay, it's Quake. Bern is traversing through the dark room over to the remaining chest in Eastern. And Aaron's going to go look at Desert a little bit, I think.
He has the small key, so the items here are in logic.
Yeah, another pod key in Eastern. I think that's I think we have 5 accounted for now, at the very least, between both runners. Wow, these hints have been tons of old news.
Yeah, gloves is in the castle. It would be helpful if it's in open, but we're in standard, so we're through that.
Alright, there's a green bottle for Aaron. And it looks like Bern is going into the Skull and Thieves area. There's Bombos. But without Cane Samari, we can't actually go into Turtle Rock. Well, there's the Ice Rod. This is where we ask ourselves, is Turtle Rock required?
I mean, we're only missing one pendant. It's likely to be required, I guess.
Yeah, we know that Skull and Thieves are both pendants, Skull being the green pendant. Checkerboard's a bust. And I didn't see anything in Skull worth talking about yet.
Also, skulls in Christianity, it's It's one of those dungeons where smoky is not required but very good to have. At least one of them.
Yeah, you need at least 3 small keys to finish Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, Bern Skull here is one of the couple of dungeons that doesn't actually require the big key to finish it. But, you know, he doesn't have it yet. Alright, it looks like Aaron is going to join him in the Skull and Thieves checks. But Skull doesn't seem to have much to write home about right now. And Bern knows this isn't required, but I don't think Aaron does. With a Master Sword and the Fire Rod, he may consider just killing Moth while he's here.
I don't believe Era talked to the Sashrala. But who knows, maybe Green Pen is actually required.
Nope, map of Turtle Rock. Bern, you should probably go check that. If he doesn't, Aaron will definitely check it, knowing the items he has. That is a red crystal, we gotta go there.
Well, there's a map check. He saw a red crystal on Turtle Rock, but looking at tracker, it looks like he already know that talking to a bomb guy because our tracker has both desert and Turtle Rock marked as red crystals.
That must have missed that if that was the case. So yeah, we know Thieves was one of the other pendants. We just need to figure out which the other pendant is. Yeah, Skullwoods has a key under a skull on the left side, right before Mothula's area, that you can grab to get into the back area, and there's another key to get into Moth's room right in that path as well. Well, there's the big key to Skullwoods in the Village of Thieves area.
Pretty rude, if you ask me.
Now, Bern has the big key. He can technically clear out all but the big chest in Thieves Town, and usually Thieves is quick enough to dip even if it is a pendant.
But on the other hand, the only item that would be in logic without that small key is going to be the one next to the maiden.
That is a mushroom. Mushroom can always mean interesting things. And the key to Turtle Rock. So the pieces of the Turtle Rock puzzle are going to be quickly coming into assembly here. And since magic is a little harder to maintain and come by in hard difficulty, Aaron is going to opt to bombos these, give those away. Floor master, that's a wall master. Getting in his way though of that flame shot. Bern, meanwhile, is heading to the back of Thieves Town. Aaron is trying to sword kill the Gibdo that has the key in this room.
Yeah, the fastest way with sword kill is going to hit it into a spike.
Oh, down it goes. Alright, so we are going to see Moth. Now, Sahasrara could have something important for all we know. He may be required for this seed. There's always that small chance he has like a big key or some other mandatory progression item. Aaron's doing a good job with Moth so far, though.
Meanwhile, Bern checks the Thieves Town hint. A unique item requires Canvas Maria, which means there's an item likely in Total Rock out of the 13 chests or so.
Now, can that also mean pressure block in Ganon's tower?
Yeah, I think it can mean that too.
So yeah, there's like a handful of items that, it's a handful of locations that a unique item is blocked by the cane. So, other than that big key and the mushroom, not too much in Thieves to really go after. If the back half ends up being not worth it, and Aaron decides to just check the front half and leave, Aaron could get a little bit of extra time from that. Okay, so the hint does apply to Meyer. I wasn't sure if it applied to Vidi's particular location, because I think he's the only thing that is Samaria blocked in Meyer. There's the bow in the chest game.
Bern didn't do that? Did Bern not do chess game before going to Thieves Town?
No, he went into Thieves before doing that. I think when he leaves Thieves, he's going to go check that location. Because Bern doesn't have the Titan's mitts either, he's not going to be able to check the Smith route here, which Aaron can check very easily with his mitts and the flute. And since he's in possession of the powder from Tower of Hera as well, he can kind of just take care of a whole bunch of checklist items all at once here. Alright, so Bern's at blind. Having a fire sword means nothing, because blind takes 9 hits no matter what weapon you use, so long as the weapon actually, will damage him. Although it seems blind did not want to cooperate too much on this particular fight, because he immediately left the top section of the screen where he normally stays. But down goes blind. Another bottle. That's our third one this seed, I believe. Picks up the pendant. Yeah, depending on where this other pendant is too, actually, there's a good chance that Ped may be open already. Because if we have like pendant ice, then we can actually check it right now.
Yeah, we might be able to check it, but does the game think we can check it? The ice pass logic is a little confusing to me.
Yeah, Ice's logic is very wonky. I learned that firsthand trying a seed for V30. The hook shot was in the big key chest of the dungeon, and I had to grab a key from downstairs to get to it. To get to like where the big key was, I believe. It was weird. Sick Kid only given a little bit of rupees, and Bern's gonna go do Dig Game, which Aaron will probably go do as well. Hopefully he doesn't forget that location when he comes down here. This is not a quick dig game, sadly. Getting up towards like 20. Oh dear. If it was only a blue rupee, I think he was almost at max digs.
And Aaron's here to cash in his gold big key.
Yep, just wants to take it off the list. He can bomb jump, and then he can use the mirror to get back to the exit. Oh, shovel. Can actually check that conveniently on the route, too. So it looks like Bern just beard and fluid. I wonder if he's going to go right back to Skullwoods now. And there was a hint earlier, apparently, about Kane locking the Kane being locked by bombs. And it looks like Bern's gone up to Death Mountain. The one problem with many of the sprites like the floor tile is the way the shovel dig sprite is handled. The lift from the digging sprite only has part of the shovel sprite in because that's how it works normally. Link's sprite is large enough to cover that up. So there are sprites like this one, and I believe the Boo sprite does it too, where you can see this vacant space where the shovel normally is supposed to take up a sprite. Alright, so, and yeah, Bern definitely did hype cake because Mirror was in there. So Aaron is going to do the Smith loop now, which also includes hammer pegs.
No boot, so we are going to do this one by one.
Yeah, Bern hasn't been up on Death Mountain yet, and that's where the mitts and the Master Sword were. Yeah, he should get them soon. Aaron, though, did not get anything at the hammer spot. He can check Magic Bat 2 after turning in the Smith here. But he'll probably check the Smith's item, then he'll check Bat. Well, there's the silvers from the Smiths. So those silvers, he has them, but in hard mode, the silvers are only usable in Ganon's room. So combat-wise, this changes nothing for Aaron. Magic Bat not paying out much, though. Now Bern's gonna go take his slog in the spiral/sleeper cave. And Aaron's gonna go grab the purple chest, and he's probably gonna go on a minor tour here. If I had to guess, Aaron is gonna take this over to K45, which is that Haunted Grove ledge. He's gonna go to Stumpy, and then he'll do the shovel, and then he'll probably flute over to where the chest needs to be turned in.
Yup, sounds like a pretty efficient route. I think he'll leave the graveyard ledge after he found the boot so he can get the King's Tomb and Bunker in with that route.
Haunted Grove, money. I forget if Bern checked this earlier. He might have. All right, so Bern's gonna be up to information on a lot of this stuff now. Stumpy is giving a small key to Aga Tower. Well, that's probably not gonna do much of anything.
He
Now this
forgot
surprises me.
yeah, he
Do the
forgot a
shovel.
shovel. He forgot a shovel.
That was a very good opportunity to do it, and he completely skipped over it. Let's hope he either A, remembers he has it, and B, remembers to go back. Bombs in purple chest. He's going to flute. This is probably where he goes into Pod or Eastern, because he can now clear those dungeons out.
Well, Eastern big key is in pot, so he does not know that he can clear Eastern now.
True. Oh, is he doing... Yeah, why
This
would he go down here? Maybe he went... He might want to go check the bomb shop.
this looks like Swamp Palace.
It did for a minute, but he's going up, so that makes me think he's actually just going to talk to the bomb guy quickly. And that is exactly what he's doing. Turtle Rock and Desert Palace, Red Crystal check. Alright, so now Aaron will walk to Pod. You could probably just flute to Pod a lot faster than walking. But he also hasn't checked Sahasrara, so maybe that's part of his incentive here. No, he's actually going to the pyramid, that's why. Okay. And yeah, that was the thing about Swamp. Swamp is actually very gated because you need the Swamp's small key to get into it. Unlike the big key, the small key is considerably more important than the big key in that dungeon.
Oh yeah, I actually just forgot about that story. Although there's a hint tile in Swamp, maybe that would be worse, but look at the Kings we've gotten, maybe not.
That is true. There is a hint tile in Swamp that can be salvaged for something. That is another Turtle Rock key. We're up to either 2 or 3 on that. I'm not entirely sure. I believe it's 2. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like Aaron's gonna do his Castle Tower check. Because he has a Castle Tower small key, there are 2 chests in Logic up here in Aga Tower that he would like to take out the list.
But one of them is in a dark room maze, so let's see how he handles that.
Yeah, that is technically considered out of logic from the game standpoint, but he will grab it anyway if he feels confident enough to navigate the rooms. It's only 2 rooms, it won't take long to navigate. Map to Eastern. Yeah, I don't think there... Actually, are there torches in that room he can light? I forget. There might be. I don't think it matters, he'll navigate in the dark anyways. Seems to be having a little bit of trouble making his way around the room, though. Finally decides to go light the torch. Bombs. Terry, the reason you do Aga is because, remember, the keys to Castle Tower aren't Castle Tower's keys anymore. Those chests have been randomized with the rest of the pool. They're actually something you have to check in this mode. Eastern appears to be also a crystal. So, our pendant, I think, is down to... Actually, I think it's Swamp. I think we've seen it. No, not Swamp. Is it Swamp? It might be Swamp. I think we've seen all the other locations. I think Swamp and Ice are both... I think, sorry, Ice and Mire and Pod are all crystals from we've seen on a previous map check. So I think Swamp is actually the red pit.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alright, Aaron's gonna go check Hobo now. Not something he had checked quite yet. Leads to a blue rupee. Yes, and Bern couldn't actually check much of Desert because, like Chad is saying, the Desert Palace small key is actually on Hylia Island, and he did not grab it.
Now, the only thing he missed out is the Ice Rod, which doesn't do anything yet before we find the King of Samaria and a few more Turtle Rock keys.
Yeah, but that's like the green light to go kill Trinax once they have the means to do so, because it is very much required for this seed. You can see a mushroom turn in. We haven't seen this from either runner yet. Oh, that's a hook shot. That's very nice.
Where was that mushroom again? I kind of forgot. Is that Thieves Town?
That was Thieves Town, and Aaron has not gone in there. He is going to need to, unless he knows how to, well, hover. I don't think that's going to be something we're going to see, though. I think he's going to go get that hook shot.
I mean, I did see him pick out the first four, but where was the mushroom?
It was the top left chest in the first four. And chat also reminding us that Bern hasn't done the chest game yet. He doesn't have the bow. And Bern's gonna take the look into Swamp just to see what's here.
Yeah, looks like he's making the same mistake as I did. No, he's not. He's just going here for the hint.
Some caches in Skullwoods. And I think, yeah, it looks like he's gonna get the chest there too. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see when these two go back for these kind of critical items. For Bern, the bow locks off a lot more than I think the hook shot does for Aaron. Especially since, as far as Aaron's concerned, he's not gonna need the hook shot till the end of the game. Some bombs require the Cane of Samaria. So yeah, I think that was a... I think someone said earlier the hint was that the Cane of Samaria could be gotten with bombs. That's reverse, so...
So, Aaron has 3 pot key. He doesn't need to waste one on front door. And I know there's at least one here in pot, so that should be enough for full clear with Hammer Yum.
Yeah, Aaron should be able to fully clear the dungeon as he gets a small key to Mire. If he did go in, I did not see it. If we can see him hover over the powder at some point, if we see an X or a Y there, we can know for sure. If he does have it, he just needs to make sure to turn in the mushroom at some point, which he might route in soon. And it looks like Bern's going to ice. Some bombs in a chest require a specialist to unlock. More old news. But it means Bern knows not to take the purple chest over. Looks like Aaron's going to go do the back. He is going to skip out on hammer jump for now. He's probably going to clear out the back before he does it. Now, no one's been in ice yet, so this is entirely new info, and that hookshot is going to help Bern get through the dungeon pretty handedly. Compass in east for Eastern. Not very helpful, though. Aaron now has Eastern's big key, so he'll be going there right after this. And he'll actually be able to kill the Armos.
And confidently, I remember there's also a pod key in Eastern in the Vanilla big key chest, so he will almost surely have enough small key to kill Helmosaur after doing Eastern.
Well, if I remember correctly, too, there is a small key 2 pod in the basement floor of pod.
Yeah, there's
So
one there too.
he should definitely have enough. If he avoids opening the front, even if he opens the front door, actually, he should still have enough because he's going to skip this one right here by doing a hammer jump. If you're going to do key sanity, this technique is very important to know. I did miss when he just got out of that, though. I don't think it was anything substantial because I believe Bern came in here earlier and opened it.
And that was a big old 20.
Yep, just a 20. Oh, the small key to Thieves was in the Dark Palace area. I actually missed that. So did Bern actually check that chest in Thieves? I probably missed that too.
Well, Bern did not go into the Dark Maze.
Oh, I thought he did. Might be mistaken there. No, he has the small key. He has to have gone in there.
Well, it's me that was taken then. I'm sorry.
That's not a big deal. This is what happens when we have to watch races like this. Sometimes we get drawn one more than the other. He did not check the big chest. Well, that could come back later. Is Ped dead? We know where the remaining Ped can... No, Ped isn't dead. There's a lot that could be on Ped.
I mean, as we know, as far as we know, Genstar Big Key can be unpaired for all we know.
Yep, that's one. We don't have the big key to Hera. That could be there too. Big key to Desert. If there's some critical small keys that we might need, that could be there. And there's a couple of progression items too, like Quake could be there. I think Samaria can be there too. It's definitely got stuff. Alright, so Aaron's only got a couple chests left to check, and getting that key in the bottom area here means he can safely check the other one. Signal, I don't believe Swamp Palace's small key can be on there, because as far as I'm concerned, Swamp is the remaining pendant dungeon. Oh, Aaron's really, really debating opening that front door. He goes for it, and he's going to go to Helm and skip what's on that item, which I think is fine. There's another small key inside Eastern, so if he wants to come back in and check that real quick when he's done, it's not going to cost him long.
Yep.
So, Bern, I believe, did do the bomb jump, has been checking a lot of the other chests and eyes. I don't think he's gotten anything of... Well, there's the big thing of no. Hi, Kane. So that is a dip that needs to happen sooner rather than later, and it actually gives Bern access to Turtle Rock. Although, actually, he doesn't have Bombos yet because he didn't get that Desert Palace small key, so he can't actually enter Turtle Rock. Bern taking an interesting route through ice here. I'm not sure entirely what his thought process is.
Well, Bern missed the hook shot through the blocks to the Icebot's big chest, so I think he's trying to reset that room or something.
That might be it. Alright, so Aaron is making his way out through to Helm in the dark room. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, with the items we found, where could the lamp be in all of this? Yeah, lamp could be here. It could technically be in Turtle Rock now because Tainted Samaria I don't think required anything that needed a lamp to get to. There's a small handful of places where that lamp could be at this point, just from what we know. The other thing we know is that Helm is going to die very soon. Normally you'd shoot a silver arrow into Helmasaur's head, but because of hard mode stipulations with the silvers, you can't actually do that, so Aaron's just gonna use a sword. As Bern goes to take on Cold Stare. Went for all 8 shots of his fire rod because he doesn't have Bombo, so he's gonna have to kill Cold Stare with his Master Sword. He's gonna use his magic refill to get half his magic back. Hard mode, the refill is less potent. Aaron got a heart container for beating up Helm and the crystal out of the dungeon.
Bern drinks another potion to get another half bar of magic to help him take some Cold Stare. Get a heart piece out of it, and I think the crystal.
Yep. So yeah, Crystal and Ice, Crystal and Pod. The map check showed Crystal and Mire, so Swamp is definitely Red Pendant. Aaron's going to try and get another Crystal now. And actually, the map to Swamp Palace was in Eastern, so maybe he actually did have that on the map somewhere and I just missed it. Because I know Bern came in here. So Bern, I think, is going to go check either Thieves Big Chest or Skull Big Chest now, because he's, or kill him off, because he's running out of locations to check. That reminds me, Aaron turned in the green pendant, right? What did he obtain?
I actually don't remember seeing that, sorry. And Bern also need to remember doing the chess game here while he's here.
Yeah, chess game was another location he skipped out on, and that's keeping him out of some locations. But it looks like he's gonna go check the Smiths. That's where his priority is right now. Cash from Green Pendant, thank you, chat. Yeah, Cash and Bombs in Western Wing of Swamp, so they know if they do dip Swamp, they can skip the egregious part of it, the part that no one likes to dip. Now, Armos Knights technically aren't in logic either, so whatever Armos Knights drop is also technically considered out of sequence.
Yep, and another notable fact is we have not yet to see the hint on either Boots or the Gas Tower Big Key. Those two are guaranteed to be somewhere on the hint tile.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen any of the community, like, fake hints either, so those are laying out there too. Bern is going to get his silvers, but little does he know his bow is not very far from his position. He could get it pretty easily if he went back over the other screen. And there's that Dark Palace big key that Aaron was missing. If he wants to check that chest just to get it off his mind and not come back to this wing of Hyrule ever again for the remainder of the seed, he will probably hit his mirror spot when he is done in the dungeon and check it real fast before leaving.
Indeed.
Okay, I guess technically with Fire Rod, some of this is in logic, but I think it's still not considered in logic by the seed. It's hard to say.
Well, I don't think fire rod lighting the torch is ever considered by logic. It's only considered a lamp.
Yeah, because there are some rooms that like there are some torch rooms. There's usually dark rooms in between, like the actual light room and that room. So it doesn't always count. I don't think it ever considers it. Oh, Bern, what are you doing now? I hope he's at least getting that Desert Palace small key, so he can at least go to Turtle Rock. Nope, he's not going there either. No, neither runner has checked Catfish yet, by the way, I'd like to point out, so he's on the list too.
And Bern, I don't think Bern has bought the Zora item. I'm not sure.
Ice Palace small key on the Armos Knights. That's not very helpful. Yeah, it looks like Bern is checking the key and not the key, the pyramid, and I don't know where he's going from there. He might go Catfish. And Aaron is indeed going to go check the remaining chest, get it out of the way. He does not have to come back to the right side ever again outside of Catfish, which he will decide sooner or later to go check. Which Bern actually appears he is going to go check.
Also, Aaron has 3 Turtle Rock small keys, which is enough to beat Trinex and leaving the vanilla big key chest behind.
Yeah, so as soon as he gets a hold of the Cane of Samaria, I expect to see Aaron dip TR. And it looks like Aaron's going to dip Ice next, so he will get it soon. Alright, so Bern is going to check Quakefish. He could actually have Quake. Nope, that is not Quake. Aaron getting his old news. He's already checked this location. And Bern is on the mountain again. What could he be checking right now?
Spikes.
That he hasn't... Oh, Hookshot Cave. Hookshot Cave. He's checking Hookshot Cave.
Oh yeah, and Hookshot as well. I only heard the Spike Cave. I think he has enough bottle to tough that out.
I don't know, because I think you do still technically need an invincibility item for that to be in logic. It's hard to say, though. And I forgot that is the thing about Harbo. I believe the potion still heals you to full in Spike Cave, but only in Spike Cave. Terry, we don't have a book. We can't check the tablets yet. Well, we can check the telepathy tiles, but not the... Oh, he does have the book. When did he find that? That must have been an ice. Oh, it was the first time in Swamp. Okay, that would be why. Well, Bombos and Ether could hold some stuff for him. He could also check Ped if he finds the Swamp Small Key. It may not be a bad idea.
A heart piece in Turtle Rock is the second hint in Ice Palace.
Aaron setting up for the bomb jump. Looked good. Yep, there you go. Oh, so that extra magic use is also... Okay. Hard is not my wheelhouse, so thank you for the information. So Aaron's gonna go check out all these items. Bern's gonna get his 4 in Hookshot Cave. Finds the magic boomerang. Tempered sword, so he's maxed out on sword power for this seed now. And a small key to Turtle Rock. That is the fourth and final. The full dungeon can actually be cleared.
Yeah, and that one actually puts Trinex in logic by the considered by the game, because you could spend a key on the big key chest.
Yeah, so I imagine if although Aaron doesn't have the hook shot yet, so he's not going to be able to get that key if he doesn't go turn in his mushroom. If he actually has the mushroom. I know that was something we were deliberating a bit earlier. Alright, I think Bern is doing Skull and checking Ped, most likely, at this point. Aaron's going to head to the lower floors of Ice Palace. Check the telepathy tile real quick. Ah, that was what was the big key to GT actually requires the boots.
Well, what location requires boot has we checked? We have checked the desert torch, that's some bombs,
Please
the
be on the
lumberjack.
Ganon's Tower torch. Please be on the Ganon's Tower torch.
But we also have lumberjack tree has a map. The library has compass, and the two unseen boots location is unseen. The Kingstone Bunk Rock.
Alright, so Aaron's got a couple more chests to check. I'm actually not sure. Is it actually faster to go back up? I guess it is. So yeah, Bern's going into the back of Skull. I don't think he checked Ped, right? If he did, I wasn't paying attention.
You are nailing that second Ice Pass bomb jump.
Yeah, I don't think he actually checked Ped yet. He's probably not going to. At this point, if it's necessary, he'll know. Bern gonna go kill Moth with Tempered Sword. Moth won't last long as he keeps off the spikes. So that's the annoying thing about Moth. He's hard-coded to not take damage while he's on the spikes. They're, like, constant around his room, so it makes him hard to deal with. There was a map on Lumberjack Ledge. That Lumberjack Ledge is not necessary. Alright, I think Aaron is going to go take a fairy refill real fast before Cold Stare happens.
Yep. While you cannot catch them, you can still just take the 7 heart refill.
Alright, now Bern is checking Ped. Just pocket change, so Ped is not required. So where does Bern go now? He has to realize there's really not much left he can do. But because he has more... Oh, he's gonna go turn in the green pen, and he thinks this is what he needs, and that's not what he needs. Aaron probably just gonna use Bombos, because he has it. He can deal with Cold Stare's Ice Shell a lot easier than Bern did, and have magic left over for Cold Stare, not have to spend the potions necessarily. But also on Master Sword, like Bern was earlier, so this fight is still going to take a bit. So Bern is, like, very low on locations at this point. He needs to, A, go get the island key, which I think he's finally doing now. No? I think he's checking Bombo's tablet, actually. Oh, boy. Well, Aaron's got cold stare down.
Well, you kind of need to be in dark world to get that island key, so I'm not sure. Not sure he's
Oh,
going
that is a
Bumbles
fair
or.
point. He might be doing both, but based on his direction here, it looks like Bombos is on his forefront.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm taking a quick moment to think here. I think the only items we are missing for Go Mode now are Boots and Quake, in terms of like us knowing. And past that, the other thing we need to find is the big keys for Desert and Hera. At that point, the sea can be completed.
Against Tower.
Well, we know that's Boots locked. They'll find it when they find
Yeah,
it. But
good
where are
point.
Boots? That's the question. Where are Boots?
Well, there's a hint about Boots. I'm not sure where it is, but we are going to Toro Rock. There's a hint
Yeah,
there.
it's hiding somewhere. Bern is hitting the Skullwoods Thieves Town warp again. I wonder what he's going after this time. Maybe he finally remembered they didn't check chess game. Maybe he's checking Graveyard Cliff Cave. That is something else on his potential list of items. Nope, he's going to Graveyard Cliff Cave. Or not. Hang on. Did he remember? Did he finally remember? He finally remembered. He's gonna get his bow. Pulled a bait and switch on us. And he's not happy about that either. Aaron is going to enter Toro Rock, but he is going to have to skip either Trinex or the big key chest in order to get through the dungeon in a manner that is, feasible. Without the hook shot from the mushroom, he can't actually get the fourth key that's over in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, but most same person is going to be Chinex on this key.
Yeah. A map and some cash is locked in Misery Mire, which I believe are the items on the left side of Misery Mire, which means you can skip left side.
Which is always nice. Who wants to wait for that cutscene?
I mean, there is a hint tile up there, isn't there? But I don't think
Well,
anybody would be willing to go check that.
well, I guess. Does checking that Intel requires opening the floor? If not, I can see people going for that.
I don't think you need to, but you're wasting a lot of time to go up there because there's no quick way out of that room if memory serves. And Mire's not a dungeon you mirror in, so yeah, it's an awkward sell. And without hookshot, Aaron has to do this the intended way. Oh yeah, the hookshot might be actually needed for Mire access because we don't even have the boots. He needs one of those two to get into Mire. There's the other castle tower key, but we know Lumberjack Cave has nothing, so that is a complete bust. Bern is clearing out Pod now. Since he has the bow, he can finally finish the dungeon, and he can finish off Eastern too, which will pretty much put him back even in crystal count with Aaron. But both of these runners are still missing critical information. Bern is missing the small key on the Hylia Island, Desert Palace small key, I forget if I said that, to get the Ice Rod to kill Trinex with. And Aaron is missing the fact that he needs to turn the mushroom to get the hook shot to progress for the end of the seed. And yeah, at this point, Quake has to either be in TR or one of our missing big keys has to be. Win me, it was standard, Uncle Assured, hard key sanity. Yeah, it looks like Bern didn't actually go over to that side. Or at least he didn't open the big chest. He may not have had the big key at the time. So Aaron's going to probably take the key and run.
Yeah, taking the key and run like the Hammer Young is standard practice here in Christianity.
Alright, so it looks like Bern's going to go kick out Trinex first. And yeah, I think I do agree with Chad a little bit. Though I think he did the hammer jump. He has the, at least no, maybe he doesn't have the Desert Palace small key. I could be wrong about that. I probably am because he doesn't have the ice rod. So yeah, he definitely has not done the bomb jump.
Yeah, if he did, he should have opened a big chest because that big key is very early. I think
Yeah,
it's either in
so
Kakariko or
yeah,
Lost Woods.
he may not have jumped. Oh, there's the small key to Swamp Palace over in Mimic Cave. If there are items in there, they are now open. Oh, right. I am derping a ton. Sorry, guys. That is another good question. Where is the lamp? It could be in Swamp now. This seems to become a case of where the hell is lamp?
Yup, totally.
10 more bombs for Aaron, which I don't think he's even missing all that many. More dark room
Yeah.
navigation now. Turtle Rock's dark room is not very hard. Terry, I don't believe that was checked yet. Aaron needs Hookshot, Boots, and Quake. And Bern needs Bombos, Quake, Ice Rod, Boots. Yeah, that's it.
I think Aaron got off script on the Turtle Rock Dark Room the first time.
He might have. Aaron might miss that sword, but there are 4 swords in the pool still. He can get tempered from the remaining one. Alright, time for laser skips. Since the runners can't actually get the mirror shield, there's only 2 ways to actually do laser bridge. The first and more obvious would be an invincibility item. The second would be with laser skips, which would be just passing through these laser beams at a specific angle. Aaron is trying, however, to get rid of this red beetle first because it is obnoxious and completely in the way for him. As Bern goes to take out the Armos Knights.
And I think if Brian and Aaron are going to open the safety door first on 2 hearts, you don't want to walk all the
I
way
would
back to Laser Bridge.
totally don't disagree with this play. You don't mess around with this type of thing. In fact, I think he's checking. Oh, there's fairies in here, aren't there? That's what he's doing. He's refilling. All right, so Bern getting poked by an Igor. It's a little unfortunate.
And we're back at Laser Bridge.
All right, Aaron gonna do his best to do some laser skips. Ooh, tagged over the first one. And the second. It's probably not very easy to do with this particular sprite either. Bern taking on Armos. First one is 20 rupees. One more hit is going to kill Aaron, but he will respawn right in this room. Big key. Tower Hera.
Guess we'll have our next destination.
Yeah, Aaron will probably go right there after this. Aaron got a heart, which helps him a little bit. I think the laser tagging him will still kill him at this health, though. I believe they do 2 hearts on blue mail.
Yeah, they do 2.
And money, so you just gotta go kill Trinex now, which on 2 health is asking a lot. He'll, down the potion before he goes in. He will get a magic refill before the boss at least.
No,
And Aaron's having to
go ahead.
find that. Sorry. Aaron's not gonna find that hookshot for a while. Ice Blue is correct on that.
If I were Aaron, I would take a death refill on that and save the potion for the actual fight, but I think he's more confident in his skill than me.
I can see what you mean. He could have taken the death to save a little bit of extra health. But at the same time, I don't think he wanted to waste more time. Bern doing his castle tower check now. Techno Barf, the hookshot is in the mushrooms location. You gotta turn into the mushroom to get it. Oh, this is gonna be a bit of a harder Trinex for nope, that's not what you need, Aaron. For Aaron, because he's got a hammer kill Trinex. The Master Sword on Trinex is just a slog that usually doesn't work. Oh, and the Ice Head's gotten so much cover down too. Oh boy. Yeah, Terry. In hard mode, the potions heal only 7 hearts. Alright, Aaron's just got the body left to take care of. Alright, so Bern has to remember he hasn't checked that island yet. I don't think he's remembered that. I think he's gonna go check the Thieves Town Big Chest now, potentially. Aaron did kill Trinex, though, for his efforts. The big key to Desert Palace. So both those dungeons are now open for business. The only big key we're missing now is the one for Ganon's Tower. It's actually, we have all the big keys aside from it. And we know it's boots locked, so we're not going to see it for a bit.
And we're going to need to find a quick somewhere. Either in Hera. Hera still have a handful of items.
Yeah, we got 2 items in Desert, 4 in Hera, but we can only access 3 currently, because I don't believe we have the small key to Hera anywhere located yet. And Meyer still has a bunch of items. Well, Quake can't be there, never mind. They could be in Swamp, though.
Oh yeah, the swamp is the elephant in the room currently, having like 12 items, 12 chests.
It has a lot, but we know 2 of them are completely skippable. And Aaron can't access half of them because of his... Is it half, actually? It's more like a third. He can't access upwood portion of them without the hookshot. Bern just checked Graveyard Cliff. There is a blue rupee there, so still no lamp. And no Quake either. No boots on top of that. Bug nets. That is a community hint there. Aim at the eyes of Goma. Reference back to the original Legend of Zelda.
Looks like Bern is going to go purchase the store item.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of how Burns routed this out. His routing has been a little disjointed, but I want to say when he came up here earlier, he probably didn't have the money.
Yeah, because as we saw, get the information in chat, he got a hammer before Aaron because that was because Aaron was farming rupees on bushcraft. So Bern is likely didn't have money for this compass.
Yeah, Aaron tackling Moldorm. 3 spins will do it. 3 spins have done it. Bern may have forgotten that he can't flute in Zora Domain. That's a small key that Aaron has found. It is a GT small key. So Hera bust until we find its small key, which you don't want to find anymore. All right, Bern, it's now or never. You have to realize that you haven't gotten the small key. Oh, he totally lost. That is the blank pause of someone who has forgotten what they have and have not done, and that is not good. Aaron has come back to the because he's going to desert. Duh. Bern is stocking up on some potions really quick. And Aaron is actually going to go into the back before getting the big key item in the front.
Well, that's the standard play when dungeon items can be in their own dungeons. So it doesn't hurt. So keeping that muscle memory.
Yeah, no, where are you going, Bern? You can't get into Turtle Rock.
I think it's maybe Spike.
I guess that's all that's left up here. He must be doing Runa Spike. That's why he got the potions. Oh, this is going to be an interesting little dip. Hope you've got good bases on those shoes, because there's not going to be much left of them when you're done in there. Meanwhile, Aaron dealing with Lambos spends his fire a little hastily, and one of the worms is going to survive.
Spike
I don't
have
know
the
what was
map
in Spike Cave. Oh, it had a map.
to Desert Palace.
Yeah, no, that doesn't help at all. Now he doesn't know what he's missed. He's gone back to his house. Maybe he's remembered something. Aaron got a compass from Lammo. Meyer gets the crystal. So just Vitreous remains in Aaron's path, but he knows that he needs the boots to get the big key to Gan's tower, and he still does not know where the hookshot is.
Well, his next job is likely going to be the big bomb because he got both crystals. I think after that he should be turning the mushroom, right? He is running short on spots too. Oh,
Yeah, unless he finds Quake soon, he'll have to make a consideration to get the mushroom turn in. To be fair, he also hasn't
yeah.
checked that shovel. He got that shovel so long ago, and he still has not dug up the spot.
Oh yeah, he forgot that.
And Bern hasn't gotten it either, so we have yet to see what's at the shovel location. We also don't know if Bumper Cave has anything, which I think Bern's about to go check. Shovel was in the Skullwood's big chest, and that's 10 arrows at Bumper Cave, so that's off the table too. Alright, now Aaron's gonna go check that shovel finally.
Probably sees the Y button when he stick the flute last
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah, probably kicking himself a teeny bit for forgetting he had this thing. Just money though, so he's not gonna be regretting it too much. Could have knocked that location out a lot earlier though. Alright, now we turned in the mushroom? Or is he still not know he has that? Nope, he's going to swamp. Or the pyramid fairy, like you mentioned. It's one of those two. Bern is taking a teleporter to the bottom right.
Oh, there's a hint here. There's a hint
I
here.
guess that's what he wants. I guess he's that lost. Yeah, Baron's going for the big bomb. Alright, Bern is getting a hint. A bottle is in Misery Mire. Well, there's the fourth bottle. Throws a skull for good measure at that hint for not giving him what he needs. Interestingly, the runners have 11 of the 14 hearts they can have at max in this mode, so they found a good chunk of the health. But they've also farmed most of the items in the seed already. Bern, please. You're so close to figuring this out. Oh, he has forgotten he has not gotten this island item yet. Well, Aaron's gonna get his pyramid fairy. Small key, GT, 20 rupees. Alright, well, that means Quake has to be either in Hera's small key location, Thieves' small key location, or in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, let's see if Aaron decides to dive swamp without the hook shot.
I think he is considering Thieves Town first, though, because Aaron did not actually clear Thieves Town. He only checked the front part.
True.
Alright, Bern... I think he finally remembered. He finally remembered. He's gonna go get that small key, and he is going to feel leagues behind after picking it up. He has got a mission, and it's gonna lead him to T-Rock, and then 2 more dungeons after that. Yeah, Aaron is very low on locations. There's very little left he can check for things like boots and Quake.
So the runners are tracing each other's footsteps, so it's a good time for us to say, please follow runners if they're playing this seed for the tournament, but putting on a good show for us commentators and viewers as well.
What kind of footsteps do you think a floor tile makes?
Skull shaped.
Good answer. I'll take that answer. Aaron's gonna get the unique item requiring King of Samaria text. Knowing full well, actually, that I don't think there were any unique items in Turtle Rock. That is referring to either GT or Meyer. We know that at this point. Bern's got his ice rod. It is time to dip Turtle Rock, Bern. Now, that item in Turtle Rock 2 actually could be Quake as well. Because Aaron could not check the vanilla big key chest when he went up, because he didn't have the hook shot to get the last key. So if that is Boots or Quake, Bern may be in a okay position.
Yep, they may be led with. Well, might not turn the game right around, but we might see Aaron full clear swamp before he goes back to that.
Ice Blue, while I agree Samaria could block Boots, Samaria could also block Ether. We haven't seen that yet. Could also block the Cape or Cane of Burna. Alright, Aaron is going to go check that one chest that Bern did not check here. Bern's going to check the one chest Aaron didn't check in Duro Rock. Aaron gets 5 rupees. Bern is safe. Star, I think the lab has to be in Swamp Palace at this point. There's literally no other option.
Yeah, I think so too.
But yeah, here's the big thing. If the boots are in TR, if Quake is in TR, Bern has a chance to come back, because Aaron will have to go back there way later after he finds the hook shot. And that could cost him a lot of time. Ped was checked. It is Couch Cash. We are sure Ped is dead. Yeah, this is like key sanity for you people. This isn't even the hard mode aspect of it. This is just the key sanity aspect of this seed. Key sanity seeds can take a very long time having to comb a lot of dungeons and expected multi-dips into dungeons. That's why it's taken so long for us to even get a go mode.
Yep. That's how usually key sanity works.
Yeah, as someone who competed in the Key Sanity tournament that was back in spring, I know that all too well. Bern gonna pick up a few other items in Turtle Rock while he's here, but we really have one important one. And it looks like Aaron's gonna go check Graveyard Cliff now because that is another location he has not checked. He hasn't checked Catfish either, so he's probably gonna route that in.
And in that route, there's a certain hut that will give him the hook shot. If he
Yes,
remembers
that mushroom. If he does the full route, he will get his hook shot. But where will that actually take Aaron is the question. Will he go to Swamp Palace because he's really expecting an item? Will he go to Hookshot Cave and find that Turtle Rock key and consider going back in to check that one chest he skipped? He's got a couple different options when he finds this thing, and all of them equally tempting. But I do think he'd probably hit Swamp first, given the higher item density.
Yep. Also, we know 2 of the longest time taking is trash. It still has about 8 or 9 items left, and there are relatively quick checks.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Aaron is continuing further right. If he remembers he has this mushroom, he can turn it in. And it's going to be a moment of truth here for Bern. What is the item that Aaron could not obtain? Or is Bern not going to... Bern, why are you skipping it? Bern, you have all 4 keys.
Like I said, this is the standard practice of key sanity, so it's muscle memory, I suppose.
Oh. Man, that's gonna bite if it is something, because now both runners have to go back for it. Aaron got his hook shot. He could have gotten this a while ago. He's probably not too happy to see it here. Bern's gonna get his Swamp Palace small key within... no, he's skipping Mimic Key. Okay, Bern, what are you doing? Is he planning on using the mirror? I don't feel like that would be a good idea.
Did he miscount the key that much, or he just doesn't want to do the Turtle Rock dark room?
He skipped Mimic Cave. Why did he skip Mimic Cave?
Well, if he does not want to do Turtle Rock dark room, he'll mirror here.
True, but he's
But
not
I don't
gonna
see
do
why.
that. But now he can't go to Swamp either. Bern... if I had to guess, maybe after what happened with the Desert Key, Bern might be a little tilted. There's a small chance, but we'll see if he remembers some of this. Aaron now gonna go check Hookshot Cave, actually. He thinks it's a quicker check than Swamp, which I kind of have to agree. But the question is, will he go back into Turtle Rock with that key immediately? If I was in his position, you're up here, you may as well. Just completely confirm you have to go to Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that sounds like a smart play. That's
Ooh, and Bern took
like
a death. Maybe he'll remember now that Mimic Cave. No.
going back up here to Turtle is going to take way more time if you go to Swamp first. So I can see why you want to do the Turtle Rock big key chest first. It's also a pretty long time investment to do that.
Okay, now Bern remembered that he still has this chest to open and remembers key logic. So now we are going to see what this is. Actually, you know what? Watch this be the lamp. We haven't found it yet. No, it's Quake, which means Aaron does have to come back to Turtle Rock.
Now, since
But
go
Aaron
ahead.
is right. The thing is, though, Aaron's right next door. He'll probably come back and grab it right now. He's thinking about it. It's a very important consideration. It looks like he's not doing it yet. He's going to Swamp first. He will have to come back to Turtle Rock, but this is time he's going to lose.
Yep. But if the boots in Swamp, he's not going to lose that much.
This is true. Swamp Palace could have the boots. The thing is, though, as was just mentioned by Signal in chat, Swamp could just be big old bait. And Aaron never checked the ped because he couldn't, because the book is also in Swamp. So he may be thinking that Quake is on pedestal. So in Aaron's mind, this is the correct play. We know it's not. I do think, though, that Bern still did not get the Swamp Palace small key, and if there is something important in Swamp, that is going to be detrimental to Bern. But it could have saved him a little bit here, because Aaron's now going to waste time in Swamp Palace, while Bern is going to go do some catch-up on some dungeons. In fact, outside of boots, Bern is in go mode. The problem is... well, and the keys. The problem is we still don't know where the boots are. That is the big determining factor of the remainder of the seed. Aaron might grab this hint, too. I want to say it was old news. Yeah. It was old news. He's roughly in go mode. He's missing a few items still, but he'll be in it all pretty soon, I would say.
Yeah, he'll get the two big keys here in Turtle Rock, and all he's missing is going to be the boots.
There's the cape.
Which puts the laser bridging logic, so the game
So the
wants
game
to
expected
go.
you to get the key from Mimic Cave and leave? That is
Yep.
cruel. Nope, Bern took a death. He did get the safety cave, so he'll be fine. Yeah, Swamp was required in the logic for TR, but we don't know if the runner's actually... I think it's also just required in general, because we still haven't found the lamp, and it pretty much has to be in here unless the boots are locking it. So there's that too. And yeah, the hint did say left side was not applicable for this seed, so it is entirely skippable if Aaron remembers. He does still need to check the lower stuff, though. And with the big key chest is also going to be in logic. Bern took another death doing laser skips. He did get the chest item, though. I guess trigonometry in chat there actually is right. Lamp actually can be in Mire this seed too, can't it? Well, yeah, it depends on what Turtle Rock keys were. This logic has been very all over the place, and it's been hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah, key sanity logic usually is like that.
Yeah, when you throw the keys into the mix, something is bound to go wrong in your thought processes. Alright, Bern heading into Trinex. He has a tempered sword, so he doesn't have to do hammer strats on Trinex. He has a nice red sword that he can just swing at the turtle instead. So Trinex is going to be a lot faster and a lot cleaner from Bern than it was for Aaron. Back a swamp. Money so far.
2 more left.
Bern very low on health. Another hit from Trinex, I believe, will kill him. But Trinex dies first. Compass. Does Argus have it? Does Argus have anything? Funny you mentioned that little man, little manit, or little man LTT, whichever your name is. The boots are required for the Ganon's Tower Big Key, so we need to find them eventually. The problem is they're hiding somewhere, potentially within GT itself. Now, if Ganon's Tower Big Key is on the Ganon's Tower torch, at least if the boots are in Ganon's Tower, it's not a hard trek to go for. Otherwise, they'll have to go check Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb. Alright, Aaron's gotta very quickly kill Argus here.
But on the other hand, if they see the Ganon's Tower torch does not have the big key, they will know that when they found the boots, they will have to go to the Bounce Rocks and King's Tomb.
Swamp was bait. There's nothing in Swamp.
So does Aaron have anything left other than that chest?
And Aaron appears to have forgotten the hint. It was. Left side Swamp was a hint. There was nothing over there. So Aaron is losing a lot of time here to check 2 chests that he doesn't need to check. He is going to have to go back to Turtle Rock. He's got no other option at this point. The interesting thing about this, too, is this is actually probably going to put Bern in the lead. Because Aaron has to clear out this side if he's going to check everything. And he's got to go back up the mountain to get Quake. Bern just has to kill Moldorm and the Lambolus. And he's right at the... Yes, he has the keys right there.
And he cannot be baited by Swamp because he skipped Mimic Cave.
Yeah, somehow I agree, but it worked in his favor. He avoided what was considered bait by Aaron. Swamp, he did go into Swamp, but he got the one item that mattered, the book, that told him that he did not have to clear Swamp. But Aaron, at this point, he's probably going to check this. He might check Pen even. That's another thing that might waste some time for him. So Bern is now going to go to the desert area to try and clear out the remainder of the seed. Mighty Metric Batman, sadly we have checked Aga Tower. There is nothing there.
Well, Signal agrees a good point. Swamp is technically required because the laser bridge stuff is behind the cape.
Yeah, but by our standard for this race, Swamp wasn't necessary. For the seed said it was. We didn't need to follow that necessarily. These guys know how to do laser skips. So there was also a hint that told us, and I believe both runners know it, that the left side of this dungeon is also skippable.
Yep, totally. The hint we got in this match is this place has trash and that place has trash and every place has trash.
Yeah, we had a bunch of old news. I think the only hint that was valuable this seed was the one for the big key to GT. Oh, and with this book now too, Aaron's got book locations to check as well. All right, so Bern's only going to check 6 of the chests in this dungeon. He only has to check 6 of them. The ones on the left side, they got nothing.
He still needs to go to the left side to hit the switch, so he can check a lot. A lot of chests cannot be checked before doing that.
True, there are 3 chests blocked by a switch, so he will need to do that. Aaron's going to the pedestal. Bern, are you taking the gamble I think you're taking?
I mean, from his standpoint, he's like a million miles behind. So
Yep, so he is taking a hard gamble. This is probably why he's skipping a game too. He's taking a hard gamble that the boots aren't here. Oh, Aaron checked it. He's not going to pull it. It was an Ice Palace. I believe he read that tile. I could be wrong. Aaron, where are you going now? Are you check? Didn't you? No, he didn't check Bumper Cave. I think that's where he's going now. Bern is trying to navigate Dark Misery Mire, and from looks of it, this is not something he's accustomed to. Having some issues getting this block on the switch, and it looks like he might bite the dust if he's not careful. These shots are going to do a fixed 100 damage despite his mail. Looks like he might die. Yep, he died. Ouch. Yep, Aaron, this is not your location. Go back to the turtle. Go back to the reptilian origin. Well, Bern lost a couple minutes to that death, so now he's got to make his way back. Yeah, the lamp is in here. We know it's in here. He has to find it. He can find it and then just go through the dark room, no problem. Aaron is back on T-Rock, but he's probably going to go north to check the tablet in the process. He may even think to check Bern's Spike Cave before going back into Turtle Rock.
he's taking. Burn is still taking the same route.
Alright, looks like Bern is finally checking a few chests. Gonna slow his roll a little bit. Finds a compass, desert. Aaron gets his meager 300 rupees from the tablet. Aaron is checking Spike Cave before he goes over to Turtle Rock. He is trying to take as long as he can to go back to that one chest that he skipped. Bern's going to hit the switch and get the key, and he's going to go check the right side now. The thing about this, too, is Aaron, when he goes through Meyer is going to probably check these chests too, so he's losing even more time that Bern is slowly kind of creeping back up on. Bern does, however, need to go back into Desert to get it done.
And Bern
Aaron
just got
can't
the
mirror.
lamp.
Yeah, that was very long overdue. Let's just say that. So now Bern can go into the bottom floor. And Fountaina Burna too, but it doesn't actually protect him. Were these boosts? Do we have a trifecta? No, the boosts are in GT. Or on Vitreous. They could be on Vitreous too. Yeah, you know, come to think, we haven't found that unique item blocked by Kane yet. It could very well be something on Vidi.
It could be Ether or Boots, I think.
Yeah,
That unique
Ether
item.
and Boots. Those are the only two items. Or a shield. I don't think we found all the shields yet. Or a sword, too, technically. But that sword won't do anything. In fact, I think it turns into rupees because we found the other swords, right?
Yeah, it turns into 20 rupees.
Alright, so then we will never know what the remaining sword is. Shield is not unique item? Okay. Right, because they usually say something different.
Well, we will know what the swords are because that rupee is not the red one, it's a green one with 20 on the bottom left. There's no other green rupee like that.
Alright, so Bern with light, lacking sound, drums, and guitar, is going to head towards Vitreous. Without silvers, Vidi is going to be a bit of a slog. Because he's going to have to... He can't do dash strats. He's going to have to do spin strats. And without cape, he can't do spin strats. This is going to be a very slow fight unless he does something different. I guess Burner probably helps a little bit too, but it doesn't protect him, is the thing. You know, Burner does nothing. He has to just go at this the slow way. Or throw bombs. I forgot that isn't actually something that hurts him too.
Whatever he do, he should try
The
his best
floor
not to
tile
die.
the floor tile bunny's a key. That's kind of funny. Oh, there's that quake. Aaron is going to be feeling a little sweat down the collar now. He had an opportunity about 20 minutes ago to go and check this location while he was up here. He decided it was not worth the risk and took the gamble. It did not pay out, and now he's got to go rushing into Meyer as Bern leaves with a small key to Skullwoods.
So, boots are in GT.
There's nowhere else they can be. They have to be in GT. But the question is, we still have 3 locations where the Ganon's Tower key can be. The Ganon's Tower big key we know is boost locked. It can either be on the GT Torch, Bonk Rocks, or King's Tomb. Because we know the library is not a location it can be, and the Desert Palace Torch does not have it either.
So, do we need to do the Against Tower guessing game? How do you want to do it?
I was gonna say, I don't think we necessarily need to do a guessing game unless people want to try and guess which chest the boots are in instead. But at this point, we know the key. The key might not even be in GT, is the thing.
I mean, we can order the bunker as 23, the 23rd location, the 24th. I don't mind, but let's see what the chat wants.
Yeah, I guess when Bern gets his 7th crystal, or when Aaron gets his 7th crystal, whichever gets their 7th crystal first, we will put up a guessing game. And I guess we'll do 1 through 22. And if you don't think it's Ingen, Sorry, if you don't think it's in Ganon's tower, then state that. And yeah, Aaron knows. Aaron's definitely not going to check left side. He knows from a hint that it's not required. And Aaron is routing Meyer pretty efficiently, too. He can get all the chests he needs and still do as he needs for the boss and such. Alright, it looks like Bern is probably going to beat Desert Palace before Aaron can get to Vitreous. So we will go off of Bern and his checks, most likely, for the key and the items that are necessary. Now, if we find the boots, the guessing game is going to basically come down to a halt, because the good bet on the key is 3 or 7, because if it's on the torch, we know where to look. But if it's outside of the dungeon, none of the other numbers are going to matter.
Okay, I'll start the game now.
Yep. Alright, so when it comes to the key itself, 7 is the guess on the key, but the boots, I think, are going to be 5. I think they're going to be on the right side.
Yeah, that Samaria blocking unique item really comes into play here, so it's likely on the right side. Or that could mean either, who knows? So
Lana asking, why is there even a guessing game in Key Sanity? Because there is still a chance that GT can have its own big key. In this instance, we have a little bit more information than you would normally, but it can have it.
So I'm going to be bold and guessing the right side Samaria thing is going to be an Ether, and the boot is going to be on 11 in the random room. 11 random room.
Yep, the room that only this particular mode goes in. Because in vanilla, there's absolutely nothing you need in the so-called random room. Now, sports, this is not inverted because it's Key Sanity. Inverted cannot be paired with Key Sanity, Randomizer, or any other variation. And that is another point that Signal just brought up in chat. Currently, hints account for all modes. So if you see specific things, they have to count for every single logic in the entire game. And the hint said that boots lock the GT big key.
So chat is asking if there's another race after this one. Not in this channel, but I think there's a few on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 5.
Okay, I just want to clarify something since Ice Blue is mentioning it right now. Ice Blue, when it says, since it accounts for all modes, does it mean it means it's accounting for entrance too, right? Hence why the boots locked hint isn't applicable? Or is it, or am I mistaken? Because Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb are technically boots locked locations. It does not count for entrance.
So as we enter the Gens Tower, to recap, the two important hint we got is the Maria box unique item, and Gens Tower big key is boots locked.
Yeah, those are the two things we know. There's some unique item blocked by Samaria, and it hasn't turned up yet. It has to turn up here. Which means it could be in Tile Room 2, actually.
Yeah, now that he went past that, we just like to purge that room from our memory.
Yeah, no one likes Tile Room. Just say no to Tile Room, everybody. But yeah, between Ether and Boots, one of the two must be on this side. The other could be anywhere. And Aaron is now going in right behind Bern. And I don't know if he feels he's ahead or behind, but both these guys have had a bunch of stumbles, and the race is still relatively close. Alright, let's see. Uh-oh, it is tile room that is the unique item. Oh no.
Now, does he remember he has a hint on that? Is another question.
The other question is, does he think it's boots? And a better question, Aaron, will he do tile room thinking it's boots? And that is a small key on the torch, so the big key is actually outside of the tower. So, since that's the case, and we know the boots are required to get to it, when Bern finds boots, that is the count we will take. Kapow, one of the hints that they got earlier said that the Cane of Samaria blocked a unique item. And because both Swamp Palace, not Swamp, Mire and Turtle Rock did not have unique items in them that were blocked by the cane, it has to be on the right side of GT. And since Bern opened 4 chests, it didn't find a unique item.
Wait, no, wait. Does Quake count as that unique item in Turtle Rock?
That's a good point.
Just realized that.
No. I don't know. That is a good question. We'll know for sure soon. Someone's going to check tile room eventually. And Aaron went left, so if the boots are on left side, then he will not be as far behind. Otherwise, he'll have to make a gamble on tile room in order to keep in contention for the race. Because let's face it, the boots dip in, dip out. That's not going to take long. It'll come down to execution past that.
That's chest 13. We are going to 14 to 17 on the randomizer room.
Trig, if you don't mind informing me, which other modes can you get that chest in without Samaria? Not counting entrance, because apparently we're not counting that right now. Still no boots. Just oh yes, that would make sense. Okay, so then it has to be tile room in this instance. Yeah, because Invert has those back doors. Makes perfect sense. Thank you, guys.
Invert is one of the new modes.
It's a very new mode. Not entirely used to its existence yet.
Yep.
Now, I'm thinking about... Yeah, no. The item counts are going to be pretty absurd in this scene, I just realized. And Bern missed a bomb jump. That's going to hurt a little bit.
Well, you have to do a bomb jump because we don't have the boots. Or you want to either... We don't have either to light up the path.
No, you'd be playing a complete blind man's guessing game. You could light a torch, but I want to say there's not one on the other side that you can use. Hi, Bob. How's it going? That, by the way, for Bern is chest number 18. 19 through 21 are behind the armos.
He only has 2 arrows to spare on this armor slide.
That is a good point, and if he wants to get up the tower, he needs more arrows than that. So both runners are going to have to consider their arrow counts going into this. Oh, that's one miss. Oh, just barely. He did use all his arrows. He's going to need more before he goes up the tower.
Yep. At least Aaron has a shovel to do some digging.
Oh, there's
Bern does not. Well, there's some.
Stumbling into a lucky situation. Bern, I don't know why you're going this way. I guess it probably is a little... Nope, yeah, as I say, why are you going this way? You're trying to check tile room.
So, 22. Do we have? We should
22.
have boots.
No, 22 has to be boots.
Yeah, Ethan doesn't do anything this seed.
Ether can't do a damn thing at this point. Pardon my language. The only thing that is getting us through this at this point is tile room boots. So if Aaron checks the tile room right now, nope, by tile room.
Yeah, who would do
So
that?
Aaron's gonna be like 2 minutes behind. Maybe a little less than that. Man, this has been awful, by the way. I've seen bad key sandy seeds. This is pushing it. There's those magical boots. Saving and quitting so he can go right back to Sanctuary and check both of the boots locations. And he can come back to the tower.
So
Except he went to the wrong spot.
yeah, so we're going to call this a key at 22, right?
Yeah, call the key at 22. Because the boots were basically our key.
Dude, why did no one guess tile room?
I'm surprised. Alright, is it Bonk or King's Tomb? Bonk has it. Okay, we're done. Back to the mountain. Bern gonna take a refill at the old man before he goes back up. Library was a compass. That is why we did not mention that location.
So what Aaron did here in this tile room is when you open the cave and grabs the wall, it does not cost you any magic. So the hard mode, the double consumption, doesn't matter.
Alright, so I guess the most important thing to really bring up now, which is a little important for Bern, he's only got 10 arrows. There's a couple refills on the way up that he will probably need to grab to make sure he has arrows for Ganon. But he needs to not miss his shots either. He's got to spend 8 on the Garayas that block the route up.
And there are 5 on the second room of that.
Yeah, so he needs to not waste his arrows in particular in the first room. Well, that fall actually doesn't do anything. He was actually looking to fall. Alright, Aaron's got his big key, so I'm gonna take tabs when they both enter to see just how small a margin this race has come down to, due to the decisions not one runner, but both runners have decided to make in their routing this particular seed.
I mean, some of the routing is pretty sensible, but just unfortunately didn't work out like the swamp play.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason I think Bern's ahead right now is because he didn't dip swamp.
And that's by pretty much a mistake, I'd say.
Oh, Bern needed magic. Wait, no. What is he doing, actually? Oh, I think he's getting the full magic refill on the right side. That's a very interesting way to go about that.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll say 29:14 he starts his ascent. And yeah, like Violet is saying right here, there's magic in the fairy room. He did not need to grab that potion. Maybe he just felt like it was a waste of time. Aaron's grabbing the one from Turtle Rock. That's even faster to grab. Alright, so it looks like Aaron, based on his time here, he's going to be about 40 seconds behind Bern.
That difference is easily nothing. when it comes to Gauntlet.
Yeah, execution can change this difference in a heartbeat. Some mistakes on Ganon could do that too. Both runners have to be a little more careful against Ganon than you would in the normal seed, because of the fact they have less health, less protection. And I just noticed Bern did not grab that arrow refill. He is down to a single arrow. I hope he remembers to grab some.
Yeah, when you try to punch silvers and find out you don't have enough, that's gonna feel bad.
Yeah, especially since you have the silvers, you can totally kill Ganon with the silvers. Having to do silverless after that would be just like complete salt and wound. There are some arrows here he got though, so that'll help him out. He needs to not miss, obviously, against Ganon, but that's a little easier to do. Without silvers too, and without have magic, a lot of these gauntlet rooms are a little hard to complete as efficiently as you would in a normal seed. Aaron down to 2.5 hearts, by the way. I'm wondering if he's going to take the refill or if he's just going to go up and use a potion. It's going to be the latter.
Bern is down to 3.5 as well in the Gauntlet, doing the final few rooms.
Yeah, we're on hard mode, finally, and we forgot to mention that detail. This was a standard Uncle Assured hard key sanity seed.
Aaron got bailed out by a fairy drop on the Stelvos, red Stelvos.
Oh, that is a big bailout for him. That saves him a potion, and it saves him some trepidation going up the rest of this. He can keep his pace, and he's right behind Bern. He's about to go into the Lambo fight. Bern gonna get magic and the heart, and he's gonna grab a few more arrows.
Yep. 2:22:10 is Bern leaving the landmarks 2.
Aaron got a short dive. He's gonna have to get one more cycle. There we go.
2:22:32 is Aaron leaving Lemos 2, so that's a 22-second difference about.
Yeah, if Aaron can keep up the execution he's been doing, he will be able to catch up to Bern. But this is gonna be down to the wire between all our runners. Alright, Bern heading up the stairs.
He did not despawn the tower, so that's good.
Yeah, that is a thing that can happen. I have not actually seen it happen in a race yet. It'll be unfortunate if that happens. Thankfully, it is not this race. Bern checking these chests. I'm not entirely sure why. There's not really anything else he can grab that will help him in this particular instance. He happened to find another heart container, but I don't think it's really what he needs or what he was hoping to find. I don't know what he was actually hoping to find. Maybe arrows? Oh, that's not good.
Oh. Aaron
Fall to
took
Troll
over.
Dorm has changed the lead. And Aaron is skipping the last chest. I don't blame him. It's been 2.5 hours. You want this seat done, and you want to make sure you are the one in the winner position. Having a little bit of issues with the bumpers, though. Oh, Ether was the last chest. All the major, like, unique items were accounted for. Except for maybe one bottle, which I think the runner skipped. I forget where it was. Maybe a mire. Aaron got 2 on his first Aga pass. Bern also got 2. Aaron needs one more hit. Bern actually missed entirely on the second phase.
2-1, 2-1 for Aaron. He's off to Ganon.
Bern has gotten 2-0, 2-2. He keeps pace, but Aaron is still a few seconds ahead. Aaron fade, 225.14. Bern fade, 225.24. There's a 10-second difference between our runners.
Timber Sword, 6 slashes on the first 2 phases. Or is that 12? I think.
It is 12. Gold is 6.
Oh yeah, spins are 6. Slash are 12.
Yeah. 12 slashes, 6 spins. Aaron is going to cycle him over to phase 2 right now. Both runners need to take care to watch their health. I don't know how many potions either runner has at this point. Aaron has at least 1 or 2. I don't remember if Bern has any. And Aaron's got to be real careful. I think a bat tagging him might kill him. Oh, Aaron's got 1 potion. He's going to use his cape first.
Oh, sorry about that.
Aaron is on the 3rd phase, though. Bern is taking a refill. Waiting for Ganon to go to phase 3. Ooh, Bern missed a hit. That's going to be a bit unfortunate. Some teleportation cycles might put him a little further behind. Aaron on the phase 4. Needs to be really careful. Has to also remember to switch on his silvers. Got Torch Glitch.
Almost
good double position. Oh, you got a triple. Wow, nice shot, Aaron.
And that's Ganon down.
AaronDobbe officially finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 14 seconds. He has come in first place and has won this race. GG to Aaron.
And we'll wait for Bern to finish before bringing either runner in, right?
Bern has finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 50 seconds. So this was a about 40-second difference in the end. Very, very close race, and it was almost 100% too.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if either runner is available for an interview, but if either is, we would certainly like to discuss the seed with them.
Well, Aaron is in
actually, we were just informed by Speed Gaming staff. Due to scheduling issues, we are not going to have time for any interviews. So that is unfortunately going to be it from us here.
So let's wrap it up, shall we?
Yeah, that is definitely going to be the end of it here. I don't believe there are any other races for Zelda tonight. There were a couple that started around this time. I believe they have all wrapped up. But there will be more tomorrow. Keep an eye on the Speed Gaming family of networks and the link to the Fast Randomizer networks. Give them a follow if you want to keep up with it all. If you guys like what we saw from both Aaron and BernTheWitch, make sure you give them a follow on Twitch. Your support is greatly appreciated. Quick shout out to our tracker for this evening, Draco Falcone. He did a very good job of keeping up, especially considering that Bern's feed came up a bit late. And that is going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming 2. I have been Buckshot Boo, and with my co-commentator Plastig. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.